Hello and welcome to another video of Prof. Balby. Today we'll be looking at an assignment for an Android course that will be basically creating an Android app that uses some of the more, I would say, perhaps advanced technologies in Android. Some of the technologies we'll be using are networking, basically to access the emissions.txt file you see down here. You see the structure of it, and we'll be using networking to actually access that file from an internet resource. We'll be using SQLite database. We see the database structure here. So basically, we'll be reading the text file line by line and populating the missions.db database. So notice here we have two fields in our text file. So the first field corresponds to priority, and the second field corresponds to the mission. The ID is an integer field. It's going to be auto increment, and that's something that's a best practice. Basically, that's going to be our ID primary key for the table. And we also have a field that's completely unrelated to the actual textual file, and that is completed, because our application is going to be displaying missions for our secret agent, and our secret agent will be able to complete the missions. So this field is here. Again, SQLite doesn't really like Boolean data type. That's why we have integer. So basically completed as of 0 means the mission has not yet been completed, and completed of 1 means it has been completed. So we're also going to be using an intent service because we don't want to be going on the network and loading up the database. That's something that we do not want to do on the main UI thread. It's something we can't do really, or we really shouldn't do. I guess we can if we really want to coerce Android, but that's something we shouldn't. But we're going to be using an intent service to do that. And we're also going to be using broadcasts. We're going to be using broadcasts from our intent service back to our main activity to say, yes, the data has been loaded successfully. And we're also going to be using broadcasts from our mission activity to tell our main activity that a certain mission was actually completed. And we're also going to be using notifications. And here, we're just simulating everything here on the one device. But the notification, when I tap on the button here, you see that there's a next mission button that's currently disabled. When I tap on that next mission button, it's actually going to create a notification, and it's going to create a pending intent with putting the mission, if you notice here, there's a mission class, putting the mission class into the pending intent, which means obviously mission has to be parcelable. And we're going to be putting that in the pending intent. The user is going to tap on the notification, and the pending intent is going to be for the mission activity, and the mission activity is going to basically get brought to the forefront, launched, and the user is going to actually have an option to complete the activity, and then the broadcast is going to be sent. So let's take a look at this running, because right now a lot of stuff. I said a lot of stuff, but let's take a look at this in motion. So here's the app right here. So when I click on the load missions button, what's going to happen is it's going to call the load intent service. The load intent service is going to go over the internet, is going to actually access this mission data.txt. It could have been JSON, but right now, just to simplify things a bit, I just made it a comma delimited txt file. And it's going to load this file. It's going to load it into the SQLite database. And once it's done that, it's going to send a broadcast to the main activity saying that it's done. And when we get that broadcast, we're going to enable this next missions button, and I think we're going to display a toast. Let's just take a look. So now we see that we did display a toast, and the next mission button is now enabled. So let's take a look at what happens when we tap this next mission button. So we see here that there was a notification, and because my phone is Marshmallow, the ticker is not displayed, but we do see that there is a notification there. So if we just scroll this down, and we see here our next mission, we have someone has stolen Lake Michigan. So you must find the perpetrator. And if you look here, we're actually ordering by priority, and that's the first one of priority one. So here the user is typically the agent has the opportunity to click on mission completed, and once the user does that, we see that come back to the main activity. Well, what's really happening behind the scenes is that we are sending a broadcast to the main activity that this has been completed, and we're also finishing that mission activity. Okay, so that's why it's leaving the foreground. So now we have this that we completed it. There's someone is still in the Lake Michigan. So now if we tap on next mission, we see there's another notification. Bring it down, tap on our notifications. There's a lot of notifications there because I got side sync running and everything. But now we see that the chaos has stolen the Halmanivity theory. Retrieve it at all costs. So that's our next mission. So now let's go ahead and complete that. Again, we're going to go back to our main activity, and we've completed that mission now. So let's go ahead. So now we should see you must find who stole the moon. And let's go ahead. And there is our you must find who stole the moon, exactly, and we see that we can complete the mission. And let's go ahead and cycle through all of them. So the fount of let's go here. Whoops. Let's go here. Your next mission. You must find the Fountain of Youth. Let's go ahead and complete that. And finally, let's go to the last mission. Let's bring this down. And here we have the Queen's crown is missing and you must find it. So let's complete that mission. And now all the missions are completed. Our main activity doesn't quite know it yet. We didn't try to go get the next mission. So now as we try to go get the next mission, we're actually going to get basically a null mission coming back. So now we can see all missions are completed and the next mission button is now disabled. Okay, so that's the gist of the application. And again, it's not that difficult of an app, but it does involve some technologies. It does involve things happening and communication happening and notifications and pending intents, broadcasts. So it's an interesting assignment. So I hope you have fun doing this. Thanks for watching and see you soon.